ever since Coach Welsh has come to Virginia and building the program, which has created the development of two teams that have accomplished a lot over the last 20 or 25 years. Certainly has done a lot to raise the level of the rivalry, and in doing so, I think has done a lot to raise the level of interest in football around the state, and has elevated the play on all levels, and that's just continued to spawn more performance, elevated interest, elevated programs, more players available, better teams, more exciting games. So it's obviously been very good for football in Virginia. It's a very talented defense, Jerry, and they run a very intricate scheme that makes it doubles the challenge of it. And one of the things that's part of the challenge in playing this game, in that the two programs in this conference with significant longevity and thus the development of their systems are Florida State and Virginia Tech. I don't know exactly what the number is there, but I think it's 19 or 20 years or something like that Coach Beamer's been there. So, in that time frame, every aspect of a team's program, you get a chance to have a pretty deeply sunk foundation, whether it's recruiting, strength development, offensive and defensive systems, and those things evolve, and the players then can really grow up through it, and it allows teams to play with a level of intricacy and complexity that challenges the opponent on top of what the athletic ability of the players do. So those two things combined have a lot to do with why they're so difficult to deal with. For Virginia Tech, who will run a number of two-back plays, uses two different fullbacks, both of whom were productive high school tailbacks who walked on and grew into college fullbacks who fit into that particular role. We actually have one on our team in much the same circumstances in Josh Zeidenberg, and whose offensive position is fullback. He probably just hasn't sprouted as much as those players have, but for our use, if he had put on the extra 30 pounds that would have made him the blocking fullback, then he probably wouldn't be the special teams player that he is. As I try to look at different circumstances and size things up. For example, the road record of NFL teams in general, with the visiting team winning, is a lot greater than it is in college football. And I think that has to do with just the heightened maturity level of those players. They've seen it all and they've done it all. And to a lot of those players, it really doesn't make any difference. They understand. It really doesn't make any difference where the game is played. And it's loud when it's home, and it's loud when you're away. And, loud is loud. When you're trying to communicate your signals, it doesn't make a lot of difference what team's name they're cheering. It's still hard to hear what the players are, what they're saying to you. So I think that it's just the more mature the player, the more different circumstances they found themselves in, the less impact it has on them. My sense is that it's not so much the negative energy that suppresses the performance in college football of the visiting team. It's the jack up in energy that the home team often gets. Play calling has a lot to do with seeing the players execute. And so much of what we do in planning is to put the players in position to make plays. And when the players step up and make the plays, it makes the calls look pretty good. When they don't, a lot of those calls that were pretty good for the moment are quickly forgotten. Say, for example, the play that we had immediately following the recovered fumble. And we got a heavy pressure, kind of back to that pressure set. We got a heavy pressure, 7-man pressure. It was all picked up. Jamil was able to throw as if it was warm up. That is, he he was able to step forward, throw on his front foot, release the ball high, follow through. Kevin ran an excellent route. The ball was right there on his fingers. Bam, he's on the 3-yard line. Real good call. Well, when you have to start having the idea as the play caller that, hey, things are going to get picked up, the quarterback's going to have time, he's going to be able to step into his throw. Kevin runs this route well. Sure, a lot probably quicker to call things like that. Hank, there have been a number of moments during the course of the season, okay, when we've all been quite disappointed, but there really haven't been any times where we weren't positive. The work ethic has been excellent. The response to what they've been asked to do, whether it's physically or emotionally, has been excellent. And that's because players and coaches, we all go to the same practice field. We see the ability on the field. We see the talent level. We see it getting better. And so it's been it's been challenging, but it's been kind of a natural thing for everybody to be positive. Now, when things get reinforced through results, that certainly eases the process of being positive. But it has more to do with beating good teams. And you want to beat good teams, and because that's where the greatest sense of satisfaction comes from. That's how you elevate your own team. And the more good teams you go against, the more you want to beat them. So I would think that our feelings about this, we want to win every game, but would be a little bit different if this wasn't such a good team that we're playing. But it's a well-established team. They've won 9 or 10 games in quite a few seasons. So, it's a team that has accomplished a lot of the same things shy of the national championships that the team we played last week did. And, record-wise every year. So makes it a notable challenge for us.